10.
Rizzuto throwing out the first pitch.
9.
Fastball hit deep to right. This could be it. Way back there. Oh!
8.
Lawrence Peter Barra, known to everyone as Yogi, the star catcher of the New York Yankees.
7.
Here's the payoff pitch. This is it. There it goes. It's out of here.
6.
This ball club will be remembered by me forever because you have heart as big as this city and you showed what being New Yorkers is all about. God bless you.
5.
Hits in 56 consecutive games. That's an all-time record set by the Yankee Clipper Joe DiMaggio.
4.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
3.
Number 3 will never be worn by another Yankee player, but will go to America's baseball shrine at Cooperstown, New York.
2.
Derek Jeter ends his final game with a walk-off single. Derek Jeter, where fantasy becomes reality.
1.
That's not the way it's going to be, George. Damn right it is. If you don't like it, you're fired. You haven't hired me yet.
Let's go Yankees! Let's go Yankees! Let's go Yankees!
Shia! What is going on, everybody? Happy Tuesday to everybody out there on YouTube. It is yours truly, the Ace. So I'm sitting there working, getting some work done. Busy work week for your boy. And then all of a sudden, the New York Yankees decide they want to make a not just good move, but a great move. As you guys saw from the thumbnail, Cody Bellinger is Bronx bound. It is official, ladies and gentlemen. Cody, the Yankees have traded for outfielder slash first baseman Cody Bellinger. A guy that the Yankees have had interest in for a while. They tried to acquire him last deadline. Couldn't do it. We've been hearing all offseason that they've had interest in him. So they finally made the move. And in my opinion, good job by Brian Cashman and Hal Steinbrenner. They are doing their damn thing this offseason. To the people that were not enthusiasts of Hal Steinbrenner and the Yankees front office, this offseason's definitely got to make you change your mind. Like, I'm telling you, I said it a couple times on NFB. I said it a couple times on my boy Jason Custodio's channel as well. I think Soto leaving the Yankees might have woken up this front office. Cody Bellinger is officially Yankee. He will be playing the outfield. He has been notified, so our outfield is set. We got Jason Dominguez in left field, Cody Bellinger in center, and Aaron Judge goes back to right field. So that's our outfield. We'll get into the talks a little bit later as far as first base, and what the Yankees should be doing next. We definitely need a first baseman. We got to either figure out the second or second baseman or slash third base position. But Cody Bellinger is officially a Yankee. Jeff Passan just said $5 million of the Cubs are sending to the Yankees in Cody Bellinger trade. $2.5 million will cover his 2025 salary per source. The remaining $2.5 will cover the buyout if he doesn't exercise his player option for 2026. Or Bellinger's 2026 salary if he does. So the Yankees pretty much traded away Cody Petit for Cody Bellinger and got back $5 million of it at first, and got back $5 million of it. We were hearing that stalemates were happening because of the money, but in my opinion, the Yankees just fleeced the Cubs. We gave up a guy in Cody Bellinger who has no room on this team with the addition of Max Fried, and even if that, he didn't have any room as a starter anyway, and we fleeced them. But let me say what's up to everybody in the chat. I hope you guys are having yourselves a good day. Make sure you guys smash that like button. It's the best way to support the channel. It's free. Costs you guys nothing. If you're watching on the rewatch, make sure you hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I go live. Savius, thanks for popping in, says, what up, Ace? First person in the building. My guy David is in the house, says he's got to hit 285 or better to make up for Soto's loss in the lineup. I think Bellinger can do it. Hello to Ace. 2 great signings so far. Not just 2 great signings, David. It's been a great offseason so far for Hal Steinbrenner and Brian Cashman, in my opinion. The trade for Devin Williams, didn't really get a chance to talk to you guys about that, but I did pop on my dude Jason's channel, and we talked about it in length. This has just been a really good offseason for Brian Cashman and company. Max Fried was another great signing that solidified our rotation. And I'm going to tell you this, I don't think the Yankees are done. We still need a first baseman. Does that mean that Christian Walker's still out there? I'm not completely sold on Christian Walker. Yankees were tied into Anthony Santander, which I wasn't really sold on him. But I think this trade of Cody Bellinger and sending him to center field, I think shuts down any Anthony Santander news to the Yankees. We don't need him, don't have any room for him. But this has been a great offseason. Max Fried pivoted immediately, traded for Devin Williams, traded here, and the free agent market this year wasn't the strongest. Outside of Soto and Fried, who we landed, and Corbin Burns, who's actually still available, free agent market wasn't the strongest. So you have to attack the trade market heavily, and I think Brian Cashman and company have done it. They were talking about potentially trading for Kyle Tucker. And I'm going to tell you this, if you've messed around and fleeced them for Cody Bellinger, I probably would have tried to fleece them for Kyle Tucker as well. There were a lot of people that were saying, yo, let's go ahead and trade for Tucker and everybody as well, too. Like, we gave up nothing for Cody Bellinger. So what would have happened if you would have gave a top prospect? You might have been able to fuck around and get Kyle Tucker back as well. So Robert, thanks for popping in, says, go Yankees. That's right. Nelson, my guy, what's going on? Ace, what's going on, dude? Thanks, you guys, for popping back in. Adrian123 is in the house. My guy, T, from Have You Seen That with T, says he popped in just in the right time. It's always the right time anytime you guys pop in here. And I appreciate you guys' support. Make sure if you guys haven't done so, subscribe to my guy T's channel. Robert says, sweet. So now who's on first? Well, they said he's going to play outfield, so we still have to figure out our first base situation. Christian Walker's still a name that's possibly out there. I don't think Ben Rice will get the first shot. I think Ben Rice was more of a contingency if Soto was to sign. You could still go short term with Carlos Santana. In my opinion, I'm still more open to paying somebody like Christian Walker or Santana more money for 1 year, because I don't want a first baseman to take you out of the running for Vladimir Guerrero Jr. next year. Also, this Kyle Tucker news doesn't really, it might, because he has a player option, might take us out of the running for Kyle Tucker next year, unless you get Tucker and you move Bellinger to first base, which I would love as well. So the Yankees have options, especially with the flexibility of Cody Bellinger. You're going to play him in center field, which is what he's already been told. And then, yeah, we'll see what happens. Maybe we'll go from there. Emario's in the building, says he likes it. I love it. I love it, Emario. I like this move. A left-handed bat that will translate better in Yankee Stadium. It was my guy Jason that put up a picture of it. Cody Bellinger probably would have had at least 10 more home runs in Yankee Stadium. Now, we saw that one game this year where we played in Chicago where the wind was absolutely atrocious and couldn't nobody hit the ball out. It's not to shit on, I got a lot of friends in Chicago that I like to give shit to, but it's not to shit on them at all. But I'm saying it's the Windy City for a reason. When that wind blows in heavily from right field, especially for a left-handed bat, it's going to stop you from hitting a lot of home runs in that stadium. So I think in Yankee Stadium with that short porch in right field, that power numbers we could see escalate, and I'm with it. Put him right behind Aaron Judge, give him a little bit of protection to split the righties of him and Giancarlo Stanton. I think the Yankees got something cooking here. I think I did get to Mario already. We need a second baseman now. We either need to figure out second base or third base, depending on what you can do with Jazz. But yet again, the flexibility of Jazz does allow you to maybe still get Bregman. Bregman's still a possibility out there. A lot of Yankee fans don't want him. I'm not opposed to it as long as the money's right. I'm not willing to give him $200 million, which is what he's kind of commanding now. But we'll see what happens. I wouldn't, like I said, another player, I wouldn't mind a shorter contract, but overpaying. Hold on. I'm going to tell you. Okay. I was looking at MLB Scoops. I was just talking to my nephew about it, who I know Dre's in the chat. What up, Dre? Love you, kid. MLB Scoops on Twitter. He only has 13,000 followers, but he's nailed this offseason. He's not followed by anybody, any reputable source or anything, but I don't know what's going on with him. Like, I have no idea, but he's nailed this offseason. He called a lot of this stuff that's happening. I have no idea if he's plugged in at all, or if it's just blind luck, but I got to give that dude a shout out. Like, when he had said the Yankees were close to finalizing a deal, you know, I stayed a little bit close to, I stayed a little bit close to home and rushed over here immediately. But yeah, check him out. Antonio says, I can't wait Yankee season to begin. Hello, AC. I can't wait either, man. I'm missing the live play-by-plays. I'm just missing hanging out with you guys. You know, I haven't been streaming as much, but I did drop 4 members post for all the members out there. One of them including a 2024 recap preview. Also, I did do a members giveaway, so if you are a member, make sure you guys check that out. If you're not a member, become a member down below. The best $2.99 you ever spend. I just did a giveaway. The giveaways will be coming back in January. My guy Kyle Conaway won that one. Adrian is in the building. Says you're and she. What up, Adrian? How you living, my guy? Adrian also goes on to say, I heard if they get Bregman, move Jazz to second. I'm not opposed to that, but I do think, and forgive the bleeding, it's because I'm wearing too much dark colors. With a dark background. I'm not opposed to Jazz at second, but I do think that his arm will be wasted at second base. He's got a cannon. So realistically, which is another thing, Yankees for the longest were attached to Cody Bellinger and Nico Horner. I'm surprised that we just got Bellinger and Horner wasn't dealt. I don't know what would have happened with that. He definitely would have been our second baseman. But yeah, so Yankees just end up getting a guy in Cody Bellinger, who should provide a lot of productivity in Yankee Stadium. David says, I still think Hal's a clown and Cashman sucks. Soto should be a Yankee. It is what it is. I mean, what can you do, man? The dude went for a lot of money. I know this offseason has been nothing but Soto talks, and I'm sure Yankee fans that will pop in all year long are going to be talking about, we should have brought Soto, but he's not a Yankee. What can you do? He went for the most money. But I'm going to tell you this, you got to give your hat, you got to tip your hat to Hal, and you got to tip your hat to Brian Cashman, because they're pivoting perfectly for this offseason. You got yourself one of the best pitchers in the game on the open market. You just made a great trade for one of the best relievers in the game to solidify that back end of the bullpen. Actually, he'll be closing for us. It solidifies the back end of the bullpen because Luke Weaver will probably be a setup man. That's a great one too. And then you just got yourself a guy who's versatile enough that his production should do really well for us. So, can he hit in the postseason? Yeah, we don't know. I mean, we got to see what happens. I mean, we won't know until we get there. You know, we can't win, just like you can't win championships in June, July. We don't know. We'll see what happens. Can Ben Rice play first? Ben Rice played first for us last year. I don't think he even caught for us last year, but yes, he did play first. Don't know. You know, we'll see what happens. My guy Max Coverage is in the building. Says, let's go, baby. What up, Max? How you doing, my dude? Theo says, David, how offered him $6 million, just didn't care. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Soto's gone. Like, it is what it is. Like, good pivot by the Yankees. That's all I care about is the Yankees winning at the end of the day, and you guys should do the same thing. Weston, thanks for popping in. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe if you guys haven't done so, as we are on the road to 2K. Got a couple subscribers in this stream. Thank you to all the new subscribers. If you're new to the channel, let it be known down in the comment section. How'd you find the Ace Avenue? Always love to know how you guys found it. You feel bad for Cody Petit. Oh, I see what you said. Cody Petit left. Feel bad for him. I mean, it's a business at the end of the day. We didn't have room for him. Where was he gonna go? Where was he gonna pitch out of the bullpen? We already have 6 starters still with Clark Schmidt. We don't have room for Cody Petit. I liked Cody Petit. I thought he pitched well for us, but I'm not letting him hold up any trade that's gonna help this team get better this year. Nah, he can go. It is what it is. I would have even traded Will Warren for Cody Bellinger and and maybe bringing some other guys back as well. But that maybe leaves Will Warren as a possible trade candidate. I don't know. We'll see. 3 players the Yankees got look good. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Ace, the Giants are horrible. Horrible is an understatement. Yes, I haven't covered much Giant stuff this year, but yeah, I will be covering the Giants more into the off season. Outside of the Yankees, haven't really done movies either. 2025, I'm kind of easing out of 2024. Kind of, ain't Yankee news that breaks, I'll be on it. Got a couple of things that I am working on, looking to get an upgrading computer as well. But yeah, I've been busy. Been busy working since in this off season. But 2025 we'll be starting strong. The movies I will be ramping up as well. I'm trying to review. My goal, this is the first time I'm saying it on the channel, my goal is going to be to review at least 30 new movies this year. So on top of the Yankee stuff, on top of the Giant stuff, I still want to do the behind the team stuff, still want to do the features, all that stuff. So 2025 is going to be busy. So I'm kind of just taking these last 2 weeks to kind of just chill, work on work on myself physically, family stuff, that type of stuff. Weston says, let's go Yankees. Yeah, that's right. Good off season. Where's Trey? I don't know. I haven't seen my guy Trey. Actually, I've seen Trey pop onto the Sports Fury. He was on there, but I haven't seen him. 3 great signings. That's right. Ace, your thoughts on Max Fried? I think it's a great deal. Absolutely. Absolutely. You pay less than $30 million a year for a guy like Max Fried, who when he's on is probably one of the best pitchers in the league, in my opinion. You got a guy that's a 60% ground ball pitcher, so you're going to have to solidify that infield defense. That's why I wouldn't mind personally bringing in a guy like Alex Bregman, who is great at third base. Jazz goes back to his natural position at second. Volpe's a Gold Glover. We got to figure out first base, which is another reason why the Yankees fundamentally, we know the deal. That's what ultimately screwed us to the World Series at the end of the day. So you have to get a little more fundamentally sound. I'm not opposed to Christian Walker, which Beetlebug said Walker. I'm assuming that's what he's talking about. I'm not opposed to Christian Walker on a short-term contract because I don't want it to take us out of the running for Vladimir Guerrero Jr. next year. John Heyman just said Bellinger was always the best fit for the Yanks. Could implore him in either center field or first base. They already said he's playing center field. Depends on who else. The first base market is well stocked, so most likely center field, which is what they already said. Free agent options still Alonso, Walker, Santana, Bell. Trade for Naylor, Lowe, or Diaz. So the Yankees do have some options at first base, but like I said, in my opinion, I'm looking for the short-term fix. I'm looking to take a page out of the New York Mets book, pay him a little bit more for a shorter 2-year contract with a club option. And when you get Vlad Jr., part ways with the guy next year. That's just my opinion. Giants are getting Cam Ward. Yeah, I think we'll ultimately end up with Cam Ward. I would love Shador Sanders, but I don't think the Raiders are going to win another game either. And everything that's going on with the Raiders, they're like really enamored. Dion is pushing really hard for Shador Sanders to end up in the Raiders. So I think it's a good chance the Giants might end up with Cam Ward. But Cam Ward's been struggling a little bit late, but we'll see what happens. I just hope that the Giants are able to lose out. Because, there's a lot of teams with 3 wins. If the Giants win this weekend against a struggling Atlanta Falcons team, next thing you know, we find ourselves maybe like the 8th pick out of the top 5. So we'll see. We're covering a lot of Giant stuff this offseason, so we'll see what happens. The Williams signing and Fried are great additions. Well, it was a trade, David. It was a trade with Devin Williams, which we gave up fan favorite Nestor Cortez. I did talk about it on Jason's channel. It's going to suck to see Nestor Cortez, fan favorite, out of there, but like I said, I'm not letting that type of move hinder making this year's team better, because you've heard it a million times. I'm sure you guys have heard it from a myriad of different content creators. The windows are closing for Aaron Judge. Well, not closing, but the windows are very short for Judge and Garrett Cole. You have to utilize that now by making this team better. Alfonso, I'm assuming he's saying Pete Alonso is what Jason said. Thank you for popping in, Jason. Too much money for Soto. I mean, it is what it is. I'm glad that Howe even went there, because they broke out of their comfort zone to even go that high in the first place. So another reason that you should tip your hat to Hal Steinbrenner and company this year. Also, SG. Thank you for being a member for 3 months. Says, hey to Ace Avenue, I really love your content, and I appreciate that, man. Thank you. That means the world to me, and thank you for being a member. Had you on the wheel for the giveaway, and I appreciate you for being a member. Appreciate all the members. David as well. International signings are big right now. Japan and Korea have some all-stars available. Yeah, they do. They do. I think the Japanese market, I think the Yankees have to work harder to get these players in. Because, you know, the Dodgers are building a conglomerate out there. The Padres are trying to do the same thing. Sasaki, a lot of people want him. Rumors has it that he wants to play for more of a small market team. So I could see him going to the Padres. I could see him going to the Mariners. We'll see what happens. Weston says he wants Santana. I wouldn't mind Santana on a short year. I wouldn't mind that. But I'm not giving him no more than a year, in my opinion, especially with his age. He's up there in age. He's almost 40. You keep seeing Alonso in the works. I think the more I think about it, I think the more I'm okay with it. Now that more time is gone from the Soto and the Mets taking him, I think I'm more inclined to this. Like, at first, I would have been like, no, like, you can't do that. That's a little brother move. You just lost Juan Soto, and you're going to be like, oh, haha, I took yours since you took mine. Try to go tit for tat. But the more I sit on it, the more I'm more open to it, especially because it's not just the move. It's a move. If it would have been the move, then I think I would have been more inclined to decline. But it being a move on top of the moves that the Yankees have already made, I think I'm a little more open to it now. Not Bellinger. Alonso impressed me at first base last year. Because I watched a lot of Met games because I was trying to give my boy Aaron Jacobs a lot of shit. So I watched a lot of Met games last year. And I was impressed with his defense at first base. And obviously he came up clutch against now Yankee closer Devin Williams. But like I said, as time goes on, I'm more inclined to it, that I wouldn't be opposed to it. If you told me they signed Alonso tomorrow, I think I'd be okay with it. I think I would be okay with it. All players have to stay healthy and injury-free. That's for every sports team. We will be in the World Series in 2025. The AL East, the AL in general, isn't as competitive as the NL. I do think the Yankees will be the favorites, especially with the moves that they're making. I'm not going to go on a record and saying it's a cakewalk, but I do like our chances to go back to the World Series. Will we win it? We'll see. Also depends on who you got to face, but you got to get there first. I'm worried about the offseason. I'm trying to put one foot in front of the other. I'm worried about continuing to make this offseason great. Then the next thing I'm worried about is opening day. Yankees playing well out the gate, even though I know it's a marathon, not a sprint. This trade deadline, Brian Cashman, can you have a good one? Because the last 2 years when me and Max have covered it, it's been shit. So can we have a good one and then make the playoffs and we go from there? But it's one step at a time. Quarterback selection, Cam Ward or Shador Sanders. Me personally, I'd rather have Shador, but I think the Giants will end up with Cam. I don't think the Raiders are winning another game. And even because of strength of schedule, they have that #1 pick. I think this week is going to be, because the Raiders are playing the Jags this week. If the Raiders can beat the Jags, we end up with that #1 pick. D-Rod, my guy, is in the building. What up, man? Says, what up, Ace? What's up, dude? Martian, Belly, and Judge, and the outfit is solid. Absolutely. That's some, you want to talk about fundamentally sound? I like that outfield. Would love to see Rice at first and not see Vlad Jr. Look, I understand. You guys, like, you can't deny that Vlad is one of the best players in the league. You can't sit here and let past discretions really stop you from wanting to make this team better. Like, I understand he has history with the Yankees, but I think he would help this team out exponentially. He's a good young player, and we have to start doing stuff like that. I think it's a good chance the Yankees end up with Vlad this year. Who's gonna outbid us for him? We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Theo, Mets got Soto, but I feel like the Yankees are winning this offseason. I wouldn't disagree with that. I think we're making, like, they got the move, but we're making a lot of great moves. So I would agree with that. You got to also think the Mets starting rotation is shit. It really is. The Mets starting rotation, you can't hit your way to a championship. You can pitch your way to a championship. That's why I'm so in love with the Yankees starting rotation. Now, granted, injuries are going to happen at some point, but that's why I'd be more inclined to keep Clark Schmidt as well, because he's a guy that you can throw in and spot starters. Injuries are going to happen. We know this every year, but our rotation, you can pitch your way to a World Series. Can't necessarily smash your way to a World Series. Look at what happened with the Mets last year. They tried to just go on a strong offense, and it didn't matter when they were giving up double-digit runs a game, because then when your offense doesn't show up, you're screwed. Beetlebug, my guy, is in the building. What up, man? And let's not forget who's hidden behind him as well. Who? If who you talking about, Beetlebug? If you're still here, elaborate on that. I'll look for that comment. Can you read my super chat? Oh, yeah, I did, man. I'm just going down the order. I didn't see it at first, but I appreciate you. Your super chat, you're talking about your member. Yeah. Thank you, SG, for being a member, too. My guy, Max Covers, can I get a big cheer for welcoming Bellinger to the Yankees? That's right. I'm right there with it. That is a huge cheer for Brian Cashman and company. Good shit to them. Theo, definitely Cohen got headlines with Soto, but after that, yeah, I think we're having a better offseason, even though we lost the big piece, because they haven't really done anything. Frankie Montas is shit. Clay Holmes, we don't know how he's going to be as a starter, so we just don't know how it's going to pan out. I think the Yankees are better right now than they were in Game 5. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say. You can't be any worse than that. Apparently, you can't be any worse than that. That top of the fifth inning is going to go down as one of the worst moments I've ever seen as a Yankee fan. Definitely. If Bellinger hits a home run, do fans do the belly rub? I gotta find some good samples for him. I'm gonna have to go check out the movie Belly, that old movie Belly with my guy Nas in it to get some good samples. How about Josh Naylor? I am not sold on Naylor. I don't think Cleveland's gonna give him up, to be honest with you. Cleveland's still trying to contend. They're not going to trade him to us when they know they have to get through us. Because there were a couple games last year that Naylor, I believe the one game the Guardians won, the Naylor brothers showed out. Josh Naylor, no doubt, would play well in Yankee Stadium consistently, plays decent first base, but I'm not sold on him. Like I said, I don't think it's going to happen, Kevin, because I don't think they're going to trade him to us. But it also depends on what we would have to give up. I'd have to look at his contract as well, but I just don't think it's going to happen. You don't get it if Bellinger and $5 million for just Petit plus Cubs got Houston rental. Something doesn't seem right. I don't know. We fleeced them once. Maybe the Yankees go out there and fleece them for Kyle Tucker and then decide to move Cody Bellinger to first base. I don't know. Cody Bellinger could be an off-season acquisition next year for the New York Yankees. I'd go in on him. I really would. Best thing about signing Carlos Santana is good music. He'll play in the clubhouse. I don't think that's that Carlos Santana, D-Rod, but I get what you're trying to say. My guy Adrian says, doing brother, excited about the offseason. How you feeling, man? I'm doing great, man. Fixing some things health-wise, trying to get myself into better shape, eating better, sleeping better, just taking care of myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be like you, man. I'm trying to be in the gym and start balling more like you. This summer, I'm gonna get out there and start balling more. I got to get back into my balling shape. I just got home and we did what? Fleeced them, got Cody Bellinger for cheap, and all we did was give up a bullpen piece, a depth arm. So good move. That's right, Cody Bellinger. Soto's gone. Fuck him. This GM is grinding right now. Yeah, like I said, I continue to say this. Hats off to Hal. Hal woke up this offseason. It's as simple as that. Like, Hal Steinbrenner woke up this offseason. For real, for real. Adrian says, makes sense with how Jazz performed at third. Would you get a second base, and would you try out Cabrera maybe? I don't think Cabrera is going to be a starter for this team. I like him as that ultra utility guy. I really do. I think Cabrera is versatile enough. that you can kind of put him anywhere outside of pitching. He played first base this year, and obviously he can't play catcher either. But I love his versatility. I love the kid. I'm a big fan of Oswaldo Cabrera. I would love to see him get more run, but I don't think it's going to happen. As far as Jazz performance at third, I think what hindered Jazz this year was just his inexperience. This is why the Yankees have to decide early. If you're going to keep Jazz at third, you have to get yourself a second baseman. And no, I don't want to hear bringing back Gleyber Torres. I really don't want to go through all that shit again this year. If you're going to keep Jazz at third, you have to give him a whole offseason to get comfortable with that position. Because look at what happened in that top of the fifth inning. Now, granted, Volpe should have executed better. But does a more experienced Jazz make that play? Possibly. You guys know I do the live play-by-play. Jazz still doesn't know where to be during certain situations to cut the ball off. There are certain situations where the third baseman is the cutoff man. He wasn't there. He wasn't in a good position. His inexperience showed. Had a lot of great plays at third base. I think he has potential, but I think he needs the experience. He needs an entire offseason with them saying, you're the third baseman, an entire spring training of him playing there. And then I think we got ourselves a stud at third. Really happy with the closer and starter situation. Yeah, I mean, Nestor Cortez is going to stink to not see him here. It is what it is, but I thank him for his time, man. He was a good Yankee. He was a good Yankee and a guy that wanted to be here. Ultimately, at the end of the day, that's what it's going to take. Also, guys that wanted to be here, don't be surprised if Marcus Stroman might be out. I was thinking that they could have made a big trade with the Cubs and maybe send back Stroman. He's a guy that could have some that teams could look on and say, you know what, we can use a guy that can eat innings, that can pitch, second or third in the order, eat a lot of innings. For the most part, he stayed healthy. So maybe Marcus Stroman gets traded out. That's how the Yankees saved themselves some money. But to be able to get a guy like Cody Bellinger and $5 million, where $2 million off this contract is this year and then next year as well, Yankees fleeced the Cubs, in my opinion. Did we really just yeah, we did, bro. We really did. Like I said, ski masked them. Complete fleece, in my opinion. Can't wait for that 1-2 combo of Weaver and Williams. From Dreamweaver to Aang the Airbender. You guys know I'm a big Avatar Last Airbender fan. Gotta find myself a great drop for him. Got the Dreamweaver for Weaver, and I gotta find myself Avatar drop for Devin Williams. I can't wait, and I think the Yankees will bring him back. I think they'll extend them. Well, pinch yourself, Bumblebee. You don't know how you feel about this right now? It's a good move. I like it. I like the Bellinger move. I don't know if I should be excited or nervous about this. I think you should be excited. I think it's a good move. And let's be honest, it's not a high-risk move, guys. It really isn't. Even if he locks in, it's a 2-year move. It's not a high risk. By that time, if the Cody Bellinger experiment fails, Spencer Jones should be ready to go by that time. So guys, money-wise, it's not our money. I really wouldn't think too much into it. But realistically, this is a low-risk move for the Yankees. We didn't give up anything. We gave up Cody Petit. And you got a guy that's going to be a starter every day and play good center field on a short-term contract. If Cody Bellinger balls out this year, he's going to opt out to try to get more money. And then you just try to pivot and get Kyle Tucker. Like, Yankee fans really shouldn't be nervous about this move at all. In my opinion, it's a great move. We definitely won this move. But guys, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe. We got over 30 people here. Bunch of new subscribers today. Thank you guys for subscribing. I'm gonna catch up to these comments and then I gotta go back to work. But if any other news drops, I'll make sure to rush home for it, just like this one. The Yankees were terrible with dealing with soft hits in the infield. Small ball exposed weakness. Absolutely. You saw what the Dodgers said. Put the ball in play and anything could happen. With Jazz, with more experience, maybe as third, second base, go get yourself a guy like Bregman. I think you solidify that infield defense. Like I said, I wouldn't be opposed to getting yourself a first baseman on a short-term contract. Vladdy isn't coming here. No doubt he's a future Met. I don't think so. We'll see what happens. If the Mets bring back Pete Alonso, they're not going to need a first baseman. If the Mets were to bring back Pete Alonso, which is still what I think is going to happen, Yankees should throw money at a short-term contract for Walker and then get Vlad next year. Vlad will be a Met next year. I don't think so. because especially if they're going to get themselves Pete Alonso. But we'll see what happens. Next year is next year. Bumblebee says he's speechless. Yo, let's go. Sounds like neither side wants to meet, and Cohen needs a lot more than Soto. Yeah. My guy, Max Coverage, hit that like everyone sub for more news and updates. Yeah, especially if you're a fan of the Yankees, the Giants, movies in general. Let's get it. Trade for J-Ram. They're not giving up. They're not giving up Ramirez. Ramirez would be good at third for us. Definitely. But he's not. They're not trading for him. We'd have to give up some prospects for Ramirez as well, but they're not going to trade him. But thank you, Bryce, for popping in. Ace, what the heck is up with the Yankees in a good way? Dude, Al Steinbrenner, maybe he realized who he is. Maybe he realized who his dad was. And he's sitting here trying to, waking up. Maybe it took a guy like Steve Cohen to challenge Hal Steinbrenner to wake him the fuck up. And so far, so good. And you Yankee fans should be very excited about this. Can't complain. We're not going to see my guy Theo talking about fire Hal, fire Cashman this year. I still think it's more of Hal's doing than Cashman, but it's great so far. LA is an entry pot for, they're trying to build a conglomerate over there. Army Chow Mein. Hey, new to the channel. Well, thank you for becoming thank you for subscribing to the channel. Appreciate you. Stick around. I do good live play-by-plays. So during the regular season, if you're a fan of the Yankees, definitely make sure you pop in. Just wondering what the 2.5 a year means towards the Yankee luxury tax. Gives them just enough room to sign Santander. We're not getting Santander without exceeding the luxury tax. It would definitely help alleviate his contract, definitely. But no, we're not getting Santander because they're playing him in the outfield. Why would we get Santander when you have... Okay, I'm gonna tell you this, Army. If they got Santander, that makes me think that they're not putting Dominguez out there, which would piss me off. It would really piss me off. You want to spoil, it's not going to completely ruin the offseason, but you really want to get on my bad side. If you got Santander, that means there's no spot for Dominguez. That means that they're either going to start him in the minors or they're going to trade him, which would piss me off. So I would hate that. I would think that logically, Dominguez should get the first crack at left field. Same thing with Jazz. His inexperience cost him. Let him go out there and get a whole offseason in left, and then eventually he'll fielder. But I think that this takes away Santander. It really does. But I'm gonna tell you this, Army, good and a good question too. If they were to sign Santander, that makes me think Dominguez is gonna be the odd man out, and I would hate to see it. I really would. Beetlebug, yeah, man, great signing. I see you're a lady. Yeah, we did it. Good job. Army, you made it. A couple holy cows. Kiss goodbye to that 2.5. Yeah, well, that helps. Definitely helps us out. Thought I saw them about 60 million under luxury tax. Also, keep in mind too, guys, we're gonna have a lot of money coming off the books next year. There's gonna be a lot of money coming off the books. Don't worry about money, guys, because most importantly, here's the biggest thing. It's not our money. It's really not. If the Yankees want to go over luxury tax and it costs and it helps them win, that's all that matters to me, and that's all that really should matter to you guys. Trade deadline could go over. We'll see. We'll see what they do. Yankees bounce back. I like it. Daniel Berry Sports Highlight. Thanks for popping in. Beetlebug says Holmes the number 2 starter. Yeah. Well, their rotation is they're in trouble. And it's also surprising that they're not adding a guy like that Corbin Burns that's out there. I said this to my nephew today, and thank you for 2 more new subs. You really, if you're Hal Steinbrenner, but of course this would put us over the luxury tax. You really, really want to make a splash? Go sign Corbin Burns. Could you imagine, which Corbin Burns' market is kind of dying right now. Could you imagine Cole, Fried, Burns, Hill, and Rodon? You have a bunch of 1s and 2s as your whole rotation. That would be crazy. I'm not saying they're gonna do that, but if this is why I couldn't be an owner, because if I was, it's all about winning. I'd go get Corbin Burns' ass. I really would. And then you have a fucking crazy 1-2-3. Your 1-2-3 would be amazing. Like probably one of the best 1-2-3s maybe of all time. At D-Rod, yeah, that he said, yeah, that's fair. Moving the deadline makes sense. Yeah, we got to see. The last 2 years, Yankees haven't been aggressive at the deadline. I'm hoping that this is different. I really do. Ace, did you say a Martian belly is worse than a dad bod? I didn't say anything of the sort, D-Rod. I have no idea what you're hearing. Lindor, well, the Yankees are really doing well. Yes, we are. We're doing really well. Notice to all the investors, find the nearest dispensary in the Bronx to Yankee Stadium. Bellinger's in town. Jason asked me this, right? Jason, who I featured on his channel, you know what I'm saying? Great dude. Would love to have him on here and would love to pop on his channel as well. He asked me if I thought it would be a problem that Bellinger and Giancarlo Stanton used to sleep with Bellinger's wife or whatever, something like that. Would it cause some locker room problems? I'm like, I don't know. Maybe he's into that type of stuff. I have no idea. So can't really speak on that. Beetlebug says, am I caught up now? Yeah, I'm almost caught up to everybody. So yeah, I think you might be. If you're not, hit that fast forward or whatever. Either way, you're behind where you are. Oh, okay. Well, you know, you can always just listen at your own time. It is what it is. Just woke up from a nap. Yeah, I got to take one of those soon. 4 out with got Cody. Damn, see the Petite leave. I really like Petite. How do you feel about the trade? I love it. D's channel. I love it. I think we fleeced them. You gave up Cody Petite and you gave up and you got $5 million back. So my guy Li Yankee King is in the building. I'll make sure to catch up to everybody's. Li, what up, man? The Yankees outfield is great defensively. Jason, Cody, and Aaron Judge. Yo, I'm right there with you. Much improved. Much improved. I'm doing good, D's channel. Thank you for asking. How are you doing? How are you guys doing? And are you guys ready for Christmas? Christmas is right around the corner. I hope you guys are all set. I still got a couple gifts to get, but I'm ready for the holiday season. And I'm actually ready to end 2024. And I'm excited about getting into 2025. I think 2025 is going to be a big year for the channel. Year 3, third time's the charm. I'm excited. The 2-year anniversary for the Ace Avenue will be in March. Trying to upgrade computers, trying to make the live play-by-plays more interactive with you guys, more just a whole lot better experience, and I can't wait. So if you're a fan of the Yankees and you love live play-by-play, if you can't catch it, make sure you subscribe to the Ace Avenue. Maybe we can sample from Austin Powers. You're talking about sample from Austin Powers. You're talking about,
yeah, baby, yeah.
That right there, I don't know if you heard it. It might have been too low, but this right here.
Yeah, baby, yeah.
Already ahead of you. You said the same thing. Fuck them. Dumbass Grimace mascot. Yeah, you know, they're a bunch of gimmicks over there. But I mean, it's no doubt a good move that they got Juan Soto. It is what it is. We'll see how it pans out. Please no Glaber. I'm right there with you, man. No Glaber Torres. What would be worse, Arenado for 3 years or Bregman for 7 to 8? Arenado for 3 years, in my opinion, would be worse. Dude, he's old. He's like, nah. First of all, both of those are bad. Both of those are kind of bad choices. But with Bregman, you'd have to go more years to get his AAV down. But if I had to choose based on your scenario right there, I'd go with Bregman. But I don't think either of them are really good choices. Who are all the players the Yankees got rid of? Cody Petite. That's it. Cody Petite. That was all the Yankees got rid of. So great move. It really was a great move by the Yankees. I'm just looking at Twitter real quick just to see if anything else has dropped to let you guys know. But I do appreciate all you guys for popping in. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe. We won the trade, in my opinion, because like I said, we got Cody Petite and we got $5 million back. So Stroman's probably getting traded to cut off some payroll. Absolutely. Yeah, I agree. Somebody's gonna take him. I definitely think someone should take him too. A guy that can eat up innings. Stroman hit his 10-5 right, full NTC. No, I don't think he has a no trade clause. No, I don't think so, because he's definitely gonna be a trade casualty this year. I don't think he has a no trade clause. Oh yeah, he was adding Adrian, but our 7 through 9 is locked down. Hey, Give us a lead in the 7th inning, and it might be GG's. Luke Weaver can pitch more than 1 inning. You know, Dream Weaver to the Airbender. I'm right there with you. I wonder what will Devin Williams' closeout song be? I don't know. Something from the Avatar is what I'm gonna do though. I can't speak for what the Yankees are gonna do, but I'm definitely gonna do something from Avatar: The Last Airbender. I love that series, and I'll be covering the 2nd season on the channel as well. No, you're not dreaming, Bumblebee. It actually happened. Great move. We need one more move to shore up second base because Bellinger can play first. Franklin, they already said that he's playing the outfield, so our outfield is solidified. So we need a first baseman, and we need a 2nd or 3rd baseman, depending on what they're going to do with Jazz. Like I said, first base options, I'd be more inclined to go the short route and then go from there. Who else is hyped for opening day? I know I am. Can't speak for anybody else. I know you guys are too. I miss baseball. The sports season is just, in my opinion, is just better with baseball. I really do miss the live play-by-plays in the baseball season. So, we're looking to get rid of Jose Trevino now. We're trying to trade Jose Trevino, is what Mario says. And Mario says again, we are trying to get rid of Jose Trevino, even Marcus Stroman. We'll see. I mean, I don't think there's a need for Jose. In my opinion, Austin Wells should be the main catcher. So Austin Wells finished 3rd in Rookie of the Year voting. Probably could have got Rookie of the Year if Boone didn't start playing them both in the beginning of the season. Yeah, chugging up to corner outfield and keep Martian demoted sucks. Nah, I mean, well, as of right now, we got Dominguez in left, Bellinger in center, Aaron Judge in right field. That's a hell of an outfield if you ask me. Dominguez has to get better in left field, but that's a great outfield. You disagree, Santana can fit at first base also. He doesn't have a lot of games played at first base though. And that's the thing. Yankees got to stop playing guys out of position because it adds to the fundamentals if you're not playing guys where they're comfortable at. But Santana isn't really a good corner outfielder. Maybe a guy could slide to first base. He's not a good fielder in general, Army. So like I said, this is why I wasn't sold on Santana. And hopefully this move makes the Yankees not interested in Santana anymore. Somebody else pick him up so that way you don't have to. Because if they did, it would make me think they're not going to start Dominguez. Glad to see you're doing well, D-Rod. I think I got to this LI Yankee comment. The Yankees should go get Bauer. He's coming off the best year. I don't know, man. I don't think, first of all, we don't need starting pitching like that. And I don't know if Bauer would actually come out of the bullpen. Starting pitching, dude, we're good. We actually have too many starting pitching. That's why we probably had to get rid of Marcus Stroman. That was Awkward's comment. Go get Bauer. He can play for a league minimum. I don't think we're gonna get him. I don't think Bauer's gonna be in the pros again this year. I don't think so. I think he might be blackballed in my opinion. I think the league really has something against him. Left fielder's Dominguez. D-Rod says left fielder's Dominguez's job to lose. He got to show up in spring training like Volpe did 3 years ago. The thing is, the Yankees need to afford Dominguez the same opportunity that they afforded Anthony Volpe. We're going to keep him up here. Now, you don't have to come out publicly and say it, but we're going to keep him up here and let him develop at this level. That's exactly what the Yankees said with Anthony Volpe. We're going to allow him to develop at this level. You have to do the same thing with Jason Dominguez. I would hate to see his potential utilized somewhere else when we've been holding on to him for this long. This needs to be the year that Jason Dominguez, even if he struggles, needs to be afforded the time to develop at this level. It's as simple as that. That's my opinion. Li says, I don't want the Yankees to spend money this offseason. I want them to wait till next year. We're going to have a lot of money coming off the books next year too, Li. So I'm trying to make this team better, and I want to make next year's team better as well. So it's as simple as that. The Yankees need to become the Yankees. You think Burns goes to the Giants? Is possible from what I'm hearing too. Bellinger needs to be at first base. You don't want Christian Walker anywhere near the Bronx. They already said he's playing outfield. Franklin, they already said he's playing outfield. So Army says, amen. That would be a hell of a rotation. It'd be crazy. I don't think it's gonna happen. This ain't MLB The Show, but you know, I don't think it's gonna happen. Jet fan is in the building. Yo, long time no see. What up, my guy? How you doing? Both of our Giants and Jets both suck ass this year. So, been a disappointing football season. That's why I'm even more looking forward to the baseball season. David says, signing Burns along with Freed, Williams, and I have amnesia over Soto. Soto who? Who? That's what I would say. Army says, would leapfrog the M's and the Pirates is the best rotation. Well, the Mariners are actually probably going to lose some pieces. The Pirates have good young pieces, but I wouldn't say they're the best rotation. I would say the Dodgers and Yankees, I would say, probably have the best rotations because they're talking about, Army, that the Mariners could be trying to get rid of either Gilbert or Luis Castillo via trade. The Red Sox have been interested in Luis Castillo. I hope he doesn't go there. So, because he's a guy that does have success against the Yankees, and they just got themselves Crochet. That'd be a nice little 1-2 for Boston. D says, it still astonished me that Soto chose to hit with Lindor instead of Judge for his whole career. He would never have the same career as Judge hitting behind you. Just speaking facts. Wish him the best. I would love to see them in the World Series and Yankees versus Mets and us beat them. You didn't want to stay with us, so we're gonna beat you. It's as simple as that. But Soto's gone. I'm more worried about making this Yankee team better. And in my opinion, so far, Brian Cashman and company did the damn thing. At D-Rod, Dominguez is playing center, and you put Aaron Judge in left. Judge is more effective and useful in left field. Nah, I mean, he struggled. He doesn't have a lot of experience in left field either. Dominguez has more games played in left field than Aaron Judge. We even saw Aaron Judge last year mess up a couple of balls in left field around the foul line, because he's not used to it. When you have Dominguez, I'm okay with Judge staying back in right field. You have Dominguez and Bellinger. Yankees' biggest part of the ballpark is left center field. So you have two guys that are basically center fielders playing left and center, so they'll be able to track the ball down. I like that better than the Aaron Judge, even though Aaron Judge didn't play bad in center field last year until the fifth inning. But I'm okay with Judge going back to center field. The Judge's chambers going back to Aaron Judge after he rented it to a year for Juan Soto. Let him fully get his position back. Let the bleacher creatures fully show their love for the captain. And hopefully this is a breakout year for Aaron Judge in the postseason. And let's go for the chase for 28. Now we get Walker and Bregman. Yes, sir. Like I said, I'm okay with Bregman, and I'm okay with Walker on a short-term contract. I really am. Kyle, what up, man? Says, are the Red Sox doing anything? If so, what? They got Crochet. Outside of that, they haven't done much. So I'm also not super plugged into the Red Sox. I'm not a Red Sox content creator, so I couldn't really tell you the little moves that they're making over there. But yeah, Kyle, as far as that, they're Crochet was a good move, but they gave up a lot of prospects they gave up a lot of their top prospects for Crochet too. So D-Ross says, at Franklin, Yankees, Bellinger's playing center field, Dominguez in left. Yep, that's what it's looking like. That's what they told him. Nando 390, Stan used to date Bellinger's wife. Awkward. You know she misses Stanton. I don't know. Like I said, maybe Bellinger's into that type of thing. You don't know. We don't know what goes on outside of the clubhouse. I don't really care what they do outside the clubhouse. As long as they perform in the clubhouse, as long as they perform on the field, don't care. But we'll see. Thank you for subscribing. I'm ready for Santa. 2024 has been a tough year. I'm sorry. And I hope that 2025 is a better one for you. I'm sorry about that. Adrian123 says, up Ace, excited about this trade. You should be. Yankee fans should be excited. We didn't give up anything. He'll play better in Yankee Stadium. It's a very cost friendly, and it's not a lot of risk for us. For real. It's a great move. I would have liked to get Nico Horner. I would have liked to get Nico Horner too. I thought that, but then that would have probably required to give up maybe some of the top prospects. The Yankees don't really want, it doesn't seem like the Yankees really want to move on from Spencer Jones or George Lombard Jr. So that's somebody that could have been attached to maybe a Kyle Tucker, or maybe could have been attached if Bellinger and Horner would have been both moved. But it doesn't seem like the Yankees are really inclined to do it. I don't know too much about George Lombard Jr., but, you know, Spencer Jones has to get that strikeout rate down. He goes on to say from the Cubs too, but I guess the Yankees never continue talks. But we do need a first baseman and probably another reliever. You could always use pitching. It's as simple as that. You could always use pitching. And third base, what are your thoughts? What are your opinions? I think I've kind of given it to you, not just throughout the stream, but throughout that question. But yeah, we need first base. We got to figure out third or second, depending on what you can do with Jazz. You can always use, I think starters were good. You're not going to, the Yankees probably aren't going to go get another starter to begin the season. Now, if an injury happens, maybe at the deadline, let's hope not. Let's hope we go in completely healthy this season. That's what I want. Baseball gods, For the love of the baseball gods, can we just get one season where we can see the Yankees fully healthy for an entire season and truly see what this team is capable of? Because it seems like every year we get one major injury. Garrett Cole last year, Aaron Judge the year before. We know Giancarlo Stanton is going to do a stint on the IL. This is why you got to have contingency plans for that. But for the love of the baseball gods, can we just get one fully healthy Yankee season? Ownership is stagnant. They might be, David says ownership is stagnant. They might be selling Boston. Yeah, I mean, they're cheap over there. And I'm glad I'm not a Red Sox fan because they're really cheap over there. David says Judge and Wright will stop triples. Yeah, you got three guys that are basically like center fielders out there. You know, Judge played center field well last year. You have three center fielders in the outfield, guys that can track the ball well. Fundamentally, our outfield is a lot better than it was last year. Army says, I don't think Bauer is going to give up his momentum hobby, and that probably scares GMs from giving him any deals. I think he's blackballed. I don't think he's going to come back, in my opinion. David says Naylor at first, Peraza at third. I don't think we'll see Peraza up again. I think, well, he might come up maybe as a bench role. I think Peraza is going to be a trade piece. And I think the Peraza experiment is coming to an end. This guy had his opportunity. I just don't see him. I really don't. Like, I'm not, and he hasn't really impressed. He's lost his job every step of the way. Some Yankee fans might disagree. They might say he got blocked out by, and he hasn't really been given a chance. I understand that. He hasn't been giving the same chance that an Anthony Volpe has been given. I fully understand that. But you can also say that he's lost his opportunity. Like, got an opportunity to play in the playoffs. He couldn't really beat out IKF as an everyday player. Then lost his opportunity to Anthony Volpe in the spring training. If they would have been even, I'm sure that they would have given Peraza the advantage. The opportunity, considering he had the experience. Couldn't do that. Then injuries hampered. It sucks. Like circumstances maybe have killed Peraza's career as a Yankee more than anything else. So it's unfortunate, but I don't think we'll see him again. I think the Yankees might want to sell high on him. If he performs well this year and stays healthy in the minors, I'd sell him at the deadline. I really would. Army says word out in Seattle is that Castillo won't waive his no trade clause for any team. I don't know. Maybe towards the trade deadline, if he gets traded to a contender, if the Mariners are struggling, maybe he might feel differently. I don't know. I wouldn't want to waive my no trade clause to go to Boston either. They suck over there. A bunch of sucky racists over there. D-Rod says, yeah, Ace, Dominguez should get the same opportunity as Volpe. If he's healthy, he should be just fine. Yeah, I agree. I think Dominguez could have a breakout year this year. Also, Jetfan says also we would sweep them during the regular season. Sweep who during the regular season? Who did you say? Sweep who? Say it again. Agreed, Ace. D-Rod, D says D's and D-Rod that both got the same name, D-E-E, and the same color. One of y'all gonna have to switch y'all colors up on y'all avatar. Somebody add an avatar. One of y'all add a picture for your avatar so we could differentiate you guys. D's channel says, agreed, Ace. Congrats to Howe and Cash continue to come through with these big trades and signings. You got to attack the trade market hard, which is what they're doing because this free agency wasn't the best. Ronald, what up, man? How you doing? Army says, the arm I see the M's moving is Kirby. That's what Max was thinking too. I think Max was thinking Kirby. He's made it clear he wants to pitch for the Yankees, and that would be that won't be extending, but his first year, I mean, I don't think the Yankees are gonna get him. I think pitching wise, I think we're good for now. Could it change the deadline? Possibly, but I think pitching wise, I think we're good. Adrian says we got Naylor. I'm not hearing this. No, we didn't get Naylor. No one said we got Naylor. People want Naylor. The Yankees aren't. The Yankees have been connected to him like as a possibility, but no, I don't want Josh Naylor. I think I'm good on that. David says Peraza needs reps. He's not getting reps. Rice is in the same boat. Rice can still make it happen at first base. I'm not opposed to Ben Rice. I just think Rice isn't ready. No pun intended. The Rice isn't ready. Mets, sweep the Mets. Yeah, sweep the Mets. You don't want Naylor. Yeah, that's all the comments, stuff like that. So I think we are all caught up. But I don't think Rice is ready. I'm not going to go as far as saying Rice is trash. Same thing with Will Warren. But I do think that they're just not ready. They need more time to develop. That 3 home run game kind of killed it for Ben Rice. But, you know, you saw his swing change exponentially. Seemed like he was trying to get that power swing. And that ultimately hindered him. And he played okay at first base. It wasn't terrible at first base. But appreciate you guys, man. What a great trade for the New York Yankees. Hats off to Hal. Kudos to Cashman. I'm going to say that because I like the alliteration. Once again, hats off to Hal. Kudos to Brian Cashman as they just got themselves a great trade, trading Cody Petit and acquiring $5 million for Cody Bellinger to play center field for our New York Yankees for the 2025 season. I can't wait. I think his production will bode well in Yankee Stadium, a guy the Yankees have been trying to get for quite some time. We nailed him, and it just adds to what has been a great offseason for the Yankee brass, but they got to keep it up. There are still more moves to be made. We got to figure out first base, and we got to figure out another infield position, whether it's second if you're going to keep Jazz at third, or figure out third if you're going to keep Jazz at second. But been a great offseason with the addition of Max Fried, Devin Williams, even bringing back Jonathan Loaisiga, a guy that can't stay healthy but does have a power arm. You going out, getting yourself Cody Bellinger, a good bat that, can, like I said, will bode well in Yankee Stadium. I can't wait to see what this offense can be in 2024 as the chase for 28 continues. But make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe to the Ace Avenue for more Yankee coverage. You guys know the live play-by-play. When the Yankee season starts, I'll be ready for that. I can't wait. And for your sports, movies, and more, make sure you subscribe to yours truly. I'm out of here, guys. Have yourselves a good rest of the day. If any other news breaks, I'll be sure to come online and let you guys know. But if not, have yourselves a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Hopefully I see you guys soon. Have a good one. As always, thank you for tuning into the Ace Avenue. I am yours truly, the Ace. Adios.